Firmly on the start line and away. We head towards a great afternoon's entertainment. It's the 250cc solo boys away first, and Richie Knight was the first man past the commentary box in the first race of the afternoon. Richie Knight being hotly pursued there by Keith Richards. Number 143. Oh, Richie Knight taking a very tight line around that turn, and Keith Richards trying to go around the outside, but as Richie Knight goes wide, Keith Richards pulls up on the inside, but it's really, really sticky going here this afternoon. That's Richie Knight then, from Keith Richards, from Terry Howe. Richie Knight takes the wider line around there, trying to find some grass for some extra grip. Crosses the line at half distance. So ahead of Keith Richards, right in a good second spot then. Terry Howe. Mark Swaffer. It's already somebody's pushing the right. Can't quite see who it is. Obviously problems there. I think it's Nick White. So Richie Knight now taking his goggles off, starts his last lap ahead of Keith Richards, still holding a good second position. Then Terry Howe in third and Mark Swaffer in fourth. Only 4 riders remaining. Look at those two nice leather-clad lads in the centre of the track. They won't be so leather looking after their first race of the afternoon. They got some cleaning to do tonight. So as Richie Knight then comes round, a very brave man wins the first race of the afternoon. A win for number 229, Richie Knight. In second place there, 143, Keith Richards. Third place going to number 32, Terry Howe. And fourth place to number 157, Mark Swaffer. Coming up to take the checkered flag now. Race 2 underway, and down the first straight they go. Good start this time, number 76, John Dormer, followed by 44, Dean Camier, then Alan Carman. We have Alan Dan bringing up the rear. And Dean Camier looks like he's taking John Dormer down the same straight. Good conditions, not worrying these 250 men. John Dormer goes very wide around the outside there. Dean Camier pulls a nice tight line right around the pegs on the inside, cuts the inside grass as he goes. That's Dean Camier then from Stephen Hines, from John Dormer. And Alan Carman. With Alan Dan now bringing up the rear. We'll fit rather spread out in these wet conditions, and nobody wants to ride on the back wheel of anybody. Get covered in all that funny stuff being thrown up off the ground. But look at Dean Camier, he's really got the bit between his teeth this afternoon. He's after his first national win. Stephen Hines holding a good second spot, and then John Dormer in third. Then Alan Carman and Alan Dan. Remaining unchanged as they carry on through this race. So Dean Camier in full flight this time, trying the wide line. He's determined to find the best part of this circuit. As he starts his last lap, he's well clear of second place man Stephen Hines. Then John Dormer in third. Alan Carman. I can assure you those riders can see absolutely nothing at all. Nothing to be seen. Round they come then to take the checkered flag, and that's a win for number 44, Dean Camier. In second place, number 20, Alan Dan. Sorry, Alan Dan's been a lap, sorry about that. I was fast asleep at that moment in time. Stephen Hines gets second, John Dormer third, Alan Carman fourth. Alan Dan in fifth place. Excuse me going quiet in between races, but we're trying to eat one of those fantastic grass track burgers. Once again this week, dust-free. Dust-free burgers available here at the GTSA's Castlefield Bodiam Circuit. Left-hand sidecars underway then. It's race number 3 in your programme. Best of the start there, going to number 24. That's young Tommy Penfold. In second place, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Followed by the Pachols in third place, and then it's nice Nick Gillett. Billy Penfold goes up the inside of Tommy Penfold there. Philip Davis gets a late start. So round the turn they come, and Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw now out in front. With Tommy Penfold there, dropping back to third behind the Cups. That's not the Pachols, that's young Martin Cup and Richard Edwards. Unfortunately unable to hold it off. Richard Brown and Chris Berwick getting a late start there. So number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw holding the lead from Martin Cup and Richard Edwards, holding a good second place and perhaps making up a little bit of ground there in places. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then on their way to victory shortly in this one. Thunder and lightning as well as they go. All part of the spectacle grass track racing. The last lap flag goes, and it's Bill Penfold from Nigel Shaw. Then Martin Cup and Richard Edwards holding second. Ignore Richard Brown, he's in left. Then it's Ray Tullett, Tony Doyle, Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Real control picks up there with the late start. Getting left by the front runners. Just after this last lap there is Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen. Then Philip and Richard Davis. But here comes the leader, all the way, and it's a good win there for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Then 1, 2, 6, Martin Cup and Richard Edwards. Ray Tullett and Tony Doyle. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Race 4 then on the line, left-hand sidecars again it is, and full complement of riders coming into line there, and Richard Brown's got to be made to do it all over again. Hope he had time to clean his goggles off. And away they go down that first straight, very fast indeed, and Dave Penfold Jr. has got off to a flying start. That's Dave Penfold and Keys Miles. Off on a fly. Looks like Ernie Penfold and Tom Penfold Jr. catching up there very fast. Penfold Jr. Sorry, catching up there very fast. Dave Penfold it is then. With Keys Miles in the chair. Then Ernie Penfold and Jim Penfold Jr. in second place. Having a bit of trouble seeing where they're going. And it's 25, Tony Penfold. 174, Duncan Fisher and then Cree. Then Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. Bringing up the rear. Obviously tired from his last race. Well, certainly not short on action and not short on speed. Look at that mud fly at the back of those bikes. 1, 2, 3. Dave Penfold Jr. and Keith Miles from Ernie Penfold and Jim Penfold Jr. Then Tommy Penfold. Ernie Penfold and Dave Sawyer. Duncan Fisher and Cree. Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. Well, those riders now getting rather spread out as they come up to take the last lap flag, and Dave Penfold certainly in a bit of a hurry, trying to get this race over and done with. That's Dave Penfold and Keith Miles. Ernie Penfold and Jim Penfold Jr. there. Dave Sawyer. Coming up to the line now. 174, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree. And Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. Bringing up the rear. Number 25, Tommy Penfold and Dave Sawyer. Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer. In fourth place, 174, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree. And in fifth place, 38, Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. No 6th or 7th finishes, but the winner's time, 2 minutes 04.03. Fractionally faster than Bill Penfold's race 3 time. Well, I thought Ernie Penfold's machine had gone slightly off song there on that last lap, and certainly they're having to push it back into the pits at the moment. But race 5 is on the line and underway, and this one non-starter, 108, Bob Miles. 41 then, John O'Donnell scorches into the lead. Ahead of the Pachols there. Terry and Luke Pachol in second place, then John Fish and Gary Moore in third. Like John Arnott and Russell Steele there. And Ryan and Clive Holland. And Bill Penfold and Carly Bell bringing up the rear at the moment. So very close out of that first turn, and looks like the Pachol's going a little bit wide there. And John Fish coming up on the inside to take the lead. So it's John Fish from Terry Pachol, from John O'Donnell, from John Arnott, Ryan Holland. Billy Penfold and Carly Bell bringing up the rear. So John Fish does make most of that tight corner in there earlier on, and he's tight cornering again as he comes around there very fast indeed, and Terry and Luke Pachol drift a little bit wide. John Fish and Gary Moore then, Terry and Luke Pachol, then John Arnott and Russell Steele, then Brian and Clive Holland, and Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. The swarm we lost one there somewhere. Must be behind the open somewhere on the right over there. Yes, I see John O'Donnell there, the only leader in problems at the side of the circuit. Last lap flag goes, and it's 173. John Fish and Gary Moore from Terry and Luke Pachol, number 188 in second spot. Then John Arnott, then Russell Steele, then Brian and Clive Holland, then Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. Well, they come up in second place there. John Arnott certainly having a better season this year, better year this year than last. John O'Donnell's got his gun going again, so he's back into play. Checkered flag goes in. That's a win for John Fish and Gary Moore. Look at the battle coming up here for second. John Arnott just holds on to that with Russell Steele in the chair, then Terry and Luke Pachol got in third place. Another big battle coming up to the line now. Who's going to get this one? Very tight indeed there. It looked just like Billy Penfold and Carly Bell ahead of Brian and Clive Holland. John O'Donnell coming up just to get the points. From the top quickly, 173, 251, 188, 23, 27, 41, 2 minutes, 03.06. Going on now to race 6, the 350cc solos, first outing of the afternoon. Look how clean and shiny those bikes look now. Look again in 2 minutes' time.
It's a lot easier.
The tapes go and they're away. Down towards that first straight they go. Looked like number 68, Alan Farmer, that took the early lead there with Jonathan Duke in second place. One lap completed, but the bike's smoking rather badly. Obviously running that one in. Plenty of oil. 68, Alan Farmer from 25, Jonathan Duke in second place. Then Martin Jacobs in third, Steve King in fourth, then David Mears, Keith Potts. And the race continues. So Alan Farmer still smoking like a trooper. 336 Bill Buckley there. In the last place at the moment. Oh sorry, not in last place, 20 Alan Dan behind him. So So, coming up towards the line here now. At half distance, it's 68, Alan Farmer. From 25, Jonathan Duke. From Martin Jacobs there in third. Then Keith Potts, Steve King and Dave Mears. Then Doug French. And Mark Giles. Mark Giles going all the way around that turn without shutting the bottle off. And Phil Buckley. Alan Farmer takes the last lap flag, still smoking like a trooper. From Martin Jacobs in second, and he drops back to third as Keith Potts takes that third place from him. Keith Potts gradually winding his way up through the field. I think that's Mark Giles got his throttle stuck right over. He shut that thing off all race. Round they comes in round this bottom turn. Very fast indeed. The checkered flag to go for number 68, Alan Farmer. Winner of race 6. From 175, Keith Potts in second. Then Martin Jacobs. We seem to have lost Jonathan Duke there, so yes, Jonathan's pushing up the centre green. Well, some very brave riding going on there in these somewhat wet and slippery conditions. And Jonathan Duke has to push home unaided to score his points. Bad luck there for Jonathan, riding a very good second place. Generally a very consistent rider. The official result then of race 6. Race 6 then. I think we're going to get the right-hand sidecars first. Unfortunately, due to some lapping in the placings, we've decided to hold race 6. We've got the result, but we haven't got time to give it to you. On with race number 7. Away they go down that first straight. It looks like Tim Bennett getting a fairly good first start, but he's dropping back to third place as they go down that straight. Like Dave Steele in front at the moment. These boys having their first competitive ride in the wetter conditions and obviously taking the first turn with a little bit of grace, but 151, Mick Cameron powers right round the outside. Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. Then Dave Steele holding a good second place at the moment. Dave Steele and Alan Cave holding second place. So Mick Cameron showing his experience in grass track racing. He's not frightened of the wet, he just powered straight round the outside and into first position. That's Mick Cameron and Paul Randall then from Dave Steele and Alan Cave. Then that's number 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. Then Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. Then Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. And I didn't quite get the last number on that last machine. I think that's Bob Baxter. And Matthew Lewin then bringing up the rear. Round the turn they come, then it's 151, then Mick Cameron and Paul Randall certainly getting that got wound up, then it's 17. Dave Steele and Alan Cave, then 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock, 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen, then number 12, Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. Pete Watkins and Lee Packer. Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris then bringing up the rear. So the checkered flag to fall this time, and that's a brave ride there for number 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. From number 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave in second, then Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock in third. Ian Aram and Ian Rowen take fourth. Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. 5 of those over the line. That certainly looks like Pete Watkins and Lee Packham. And Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris completing race distance. Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock in 4th place, 22. Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. In 5th place, number 12, Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. In 6th place, 25, Pete Watkins and Lee Packham. In 7th place, number 37, Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris. The winner's time, 1 minute 50.22. We'll give it to you again if I have time, but this is the result of race 6, the 350 solos, a win for number 68. In 2nd place, 175. In 3rd, 114. In 4th, 66. In 5th, 139. In 6th, 26. In 7th, 118. In 8th, 336. In 9th, 20. And 10th, number 25. The winner's time, 1 minute 52.59. No doubt we'll get a hold up in the races shortly, and I'm going to give you that result again. But this is race 8. looks like Rob Wilson, and they got a red flag up. Red flag, and Rob Wilson and Vince Jones were in the lead there. Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby in a good second place. But it's all back to the start line to do it again. Somebody got left behind. Race 7 again then, race 7 again, just to get your programme right up to date. 151, 17, 55, 22, 12, 25 and 37. 1 minute 50.22. On now to race number 8, non-starters are number 13 John Halsey and 39 Shane Baker. Additional runners 1, 2, 4 George Penfold and 2 Neville Penfold. Down the first straight they go, and seems to be a slightly different order as we go into the first turn this time. But it looks like Rob Wilson and Vince Jones that are in the lead at the moment, so that's Rob Wilson and Vince Jones leading. Second place, well, that was very close there, but Neville Penfold certainly there in third. So, very, very fast and furious, and we have a retirement to pedigree by Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. It looks like he's going to come back out and qualify for points. So, round they come then, 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones in scintillating form. Second place looks like John Hiscock. And then third place Neville Penfold and Tony Miles. So as they come round from our right to take the last lap flag, that's 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Ahead of John Hiscock and Shane Lapham. And then a battle going on there. With Neville Penfold copping the worst of that, dropping back to fourth place. Well, the going getting very tough, especially for our more novice riders here this afternoon. I know it's a national and they're all good boys, but definitely very hard going for some of our lesser riders. 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones win that one. Ahead of John Hiscock and Shane Lapham in second place. Then Neville Penfold and Tony Miles in third. Then 99, Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby. Then Kevin Simmons and Peter Lane, and Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby bringing up the rear. So we go to 350cc's, and again 68. Alan Farmer makes the best of the start. Had a quick look there, I didn't see Jonathan Duke, so I don't know whether perhaps he couldn't get that machine going again in time. It certainly wasn't a lot of time between those races. Alan Farmer breaks down, Alan Farmer's got his hand up. And Martin Jacobs takes the lead, but that throws the 350 class quite wide open, doesn't it? A win and an engine failure for Alan Farmer. So the race will be the afternoon being thrown wide open. 114, Martin Jacobs in first place at the moment from 175, Keith Potts in second, then Steve King, David Mears, Doug Norris, Mark Giles, still got his throttle stuck wide open. 336, Phil Buckley, and then number 20, Alan Dan. Congratulations to the 350cc men for wiping their number plates clean. 114 then, Martin Jacobs at half distance in the lead. From 175, Keith Potts putting a good consistent second place in there. Then 66, Steve King. Then 139, David Mears. 118, Lee Potter. Then 26, Mark Giles, that throttle still stuck open. I think they'll do something about that, really. If they paid him mileage, he did everything. Where's they come now? All problems. As Phil Buckley goes to the centre green, but in the lead, 114, Martin Jacobs. From 175, Keith Potts holding a good second. Alan Dan is not third, he's at the back of the pack. Then Steve King, he's in third place, number 66. Followed by 139, David Mears, 26, Mark Giles, with the throttle still open, and down goes Mark Giles and David Mears. Bad luck there for those two boys, and the red flag goes up. The race being stopped in the interest of safety, but the checkered flag is out anyway. There goes a win for 114, Martin Jacobs. Then 175, Keith Potts in second. 66, Steve King gets third. Ignore Alan Danny's at the back of the pack. Then 118, Lee Potter. May have been given out as Doug French earlier on, but that's Lee Potter, number 118. Did look like 119. Well, bad luck there for David Mears and Mark Giles, who happened to just touch going into that corner. David Mears is up. It looks like he's swearing, so I think he's okay, but... So they leave the line and go down that first straight. Another very fast start by 123, Dave Penfold and Keith Miles. Then it's 126, Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards. Then Ernie Penfold and not Ernie Penfold, that's Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer. Philip and Richard Davis. So back onto the front line as the track's slowly drying out, so the outfits come closer together. Dave Penfold in the lead at the moment with Keith Miles in the chair. Then a battle going on for second and third place as Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards try to come up on the back wheel of Dave Penfold. Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer drift a little bit wide into that turn, hoping to find extra grip on the wider line. Look as they go now, holding up the inside again. Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards taking the lead from Dave Penfold. Dave Penfold now fighting back round the outside. These two outfits locked in battle as they were at the Crawley Club earlier in the year, but a very tactical corner there for Martin Cuff, and he takes the lead. Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards leading then from Dave Penfold. And Keith Miles. Then Tony Penfold. Dave Penfold now making it to try and come back on terms with the leader. Round the turn where he lost a lot of ground last time, gaining a lot of ground, coming right up there, but trying to go around the outside. It's not the fastest way round on a circuit like this. You've got to hold a tighter line. Starting the last lap then, it's 126, Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards from 123, Dave Penfold and Keith Miles. An earlier race winner. Penfold and Dave Sawyer coming up now on the back wheel of Dave Penfold coming up alongside. What's going to happen with those two? Philip and Richard Davis seem to have trouble on the centre green, but look at that battle for second place. Again, Dave Penfold gets the wide line and loses the ground. The checkered flag goes. A very good win there. Tactical win for 126. Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards. In second place, Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer. In third place, Dave Penfold and Keith Miles. Then Billy Penfold and Carly Bell bringing up the rear. Philip and Richard Davis overheating on the centre green. Wheels on the circuit, but perhaps that was favourite for them really on the wet conditions. Track now at its driest part of the afternoon, apart from practice. So, race 11 comes to the line, 500cc solos. We do not have number 157, Mark Swaffer. We do have 971, Dean Norton. As they leave the line and go down towards the first turn, 68, Alan Farmer, already a winner on the 350 this afternoon. On his way to victory in this one. Let's... Alan Farmer. Alan Farmer with a bit between his teeth. Remember, he's had one win this afternoon, then an engine failure, and now he's out winning again. In second place, number 3, Chris Tritton. Then 04, Ricky Sandford. 214, John Wilson. 215, Steve Wilson. 29, Paul Mitchell. Shakes in his car. The only way to ride a wet track line engine on a solo is absolutely flat out. And Alan Farmer's doing just that. 68 and Alan Farmer from number 3, Chris Tritton. From 04, Ricky Sandford. 214, John Wilson. 215, Steve Wilson. The Wilson brothers record. 995. Dean Norton. That's what Mitchell bringing up the rear. 68 now, Alan Farmer starts his last lap. A clear leader from Ricky Sandford in second place now, and number 3, Chris Tritton, dropping back to third. Then John Wilson, then Steve Wilson. Even 971 Dean Norton finding out that flat out's the only way to ride it. Checkered flag goes at 68, Alan Farmer. 04, Ricky Sandford, made up a lot of ground, took a good second place. Third place just goes to John Wilson. Fourth place, number 3, Chris Tritton. Then 215, Steve Wilson. Then 29, Paul Mitchell. And number 971, Dean Norton. Bringing up the rear. 74, Duncan Tolhurst. 114, Martin Jacobs. 121, Alan Harmer. 139, David Mears. 143, Keith Richards. And many, many more. Duncan Tolhurst making the best of the start on his Dueler GM machine. Taking a very tight line around that first turn and gets the motor on early. No, that was it. Just went right around the outside. So as they come up to take the first lap, it's number 1, Malcolm Smith from 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Number 1, Malcolm Smith. Always riding wide, always riding flat out. Today, conditions are making it pay off for him. Look at the distance he goes right round the outside, absolutely flat out. Duncan Tolhurst taking a much tighter line. Only holding second place there behind him. So it's number 1, Malcolm Smith from 74, Duncan Tolhurst. We did have a faller there, I'm not sure who it was, but we did have a faller there. So Duncan Tolhurst gets back past Malcolm Smith. Down that straight, into the turn, that side of the line, pay off. Malcolm Smith goes flat out round the outside. Duncan Tolhurst now taking a wider line round that circuit, realising that he's got to go faster to get round. So Duncan Tolhurst takes the last lap flag from Malcolm Smith in second. Then Adrian Mower in third. Then Stuart Dempsey, number 12, in fourth. So the last turn, all the last time, holds a very tight line, but he looks like he's being challenged very, very fast on the outside. But it's just a win for Duncan Tolhurst from 154. Adrian Mower there in second place. Then number 1, our earlier leader, number 1, Malcolm Smith. Then number 12, Stuart Dempsey. Then coming round a few yards adrift, 174, Robin Pilcher. He leaves the line then in race number 13, and they go down the first straight, and it's number 24, fast starting, Tommy Penfold that gets there first. Then John Arnott and Russell Steele in second place. They're getting faster as the day goes on. John Arnott and Russell Steele go past our early leader of Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. So, John Arnott and Russell Steele. Very consistent riding in the last few weeks, and very consistently riding again here this afternoon. That's John Arnott and Russell Steele from number 24, Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Then Ray Tullett and Tony Doyle, Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree, Patrick Brown and Chris Berry. Now it's gradually getting a little bit further and further apart as the race goes on. John Arnott certainly got really into it this season. Russell Steele in the chair. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers there in second place. And Ray Tullett and Tony Doyle retire to the outside of the course. Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen riding very consistently this afternoon. 174. Duncan Fish and Emma Cree, then Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. gone. Not worried what goes on behind him. John Arnott and Russell Steele. Very well-liked competitor in the left-hand sidecar class. Not at this moment though, being liked by Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers, who are having to ride second to him. That battle hotting up there now as Graham Hilton slows down and takes a very tight line, and then Duncan and Emma Cree waiting for their moment to pass them. There goes the checkered flag. That's the first win this afternoon for 251 John Arnott and Russell Steele. Followed closely home by Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Battle for third place as they come up to the line. It's going to be 151 Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen from Duncan and Emma Cree there in fourth place. Then in fifth place Richard Brown and Chris Berwick. And it's race number 14 this time. Earlier race winner number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. We get 27, Brian and Clive Holland. 173, another previous race winner. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. 125, Ernie Penfold, now with Justin Spalding in the chair. Justin Spalding, his own machine, or rather the machine he was riding with George Penfold, unable to start, so Justin Spalding steps on, the usual passenger for number 125, Ernie Penfold. 188, Terry Pachol and Luke Pachol. 41, John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler. So, 2 previous race winners here with Bill Penfold and John Fish, and Ernie Penfold yet to score his first win of the afternoon. So those riders on the line under starters orders, away they go. What's going to happen this time? Very even start, but Ernie Penfold just has the edge as they go into the first turn. John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler are in second, so it's Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding out there in front. Let's wait for the rest of the field out that first turn and then we'll knock it on. Previous race winner there, John Fish and Gary Moore riding in second place, but at the back of the pack, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. So it's Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding from John Fish and Gary Moore, then 188, Terry and Luke Pachol, then John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler, then Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. So I don't think to be right in the back box for that. Clive Holland and going to overheat their machine. Let's get a bigger radiator for that time. 125 then, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding start to stamp their authority on the left-hand sidecar class. From 173, John Fish and Gary Moore there in second. Then Terry Pachol and Luke Pachol in third place, the defending British champion. Then Nigel Shaw, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw in front of the passengers in the driver's seat. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw there, making up some lost ground. That machine's starting to run a bit better now. That's the last lap flag is out. Being taken by number 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding. Then number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Then 188, Terry and Luke Pachol, the defending champions. Then Bill Penfold, Nigel Shaw making up some ground, and then number 41, John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler bringing up the rear. That's the big bit for the throttle as always. A win there for Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding. 173 then, John Fish and Gary Moore in second place. Look at this battle as they come around that last turn, locked side by side together as they challenge towards the finish line. It's a win for 188, Terry and Luke Pachol from number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In third place, then John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler. So, back to the 250cc solos then. On the line, only 4 runners in this one, and away they go. Even break as they come off that start line and down that first turn. Well, number 32, Terry Howe in the lead, and number 143, Keith Richards there in second spot, then Mark Swaffer and Alan Dan. Interesting tactics from those front two riders as Keith Richards started to take the Terry Howe has a very wide line round there. Keith Richards holding the advantage at the moment. What will happen here? Keith Richards seems to be off that inside line and Terry Howe on it. Terry Howe comes through on the inside, then drifts wide, and Keith Richards cuts back, comes up alongside and regains the lead. So that's 143, Keith Richards from 32. Terry Howe from Mark Swaffer and Alan Dan. Keith Richards this time goes wide round that turn and seems to gain even more yards. One of our now veteran riders from the Southern Centre. Many, many years under his belt. He's calling on that experience to ride this mud this afternoon. Mud track racing at its best. 143 then, Keith Richards from 32, Terry Howe. Terry Howe now trying that dead tight line around the inside while Keith Richards goes around the outside, and will that pay off for Terry Howe? Third place Mark Swaffer and fourth place number 20 Alan Dan. Yes, that's the pay off for Terry Howe. And now Keith Richards is really foxed. He's tried inside, outside, he's won, he's lost, he's done all sorts of things. He doesn't know what to do now. Tight line again then for Keith Richards, sliding right out wide into all this deep stuff. That slows the biker. Terry Howe. So 143, Keith Richards in the lead from 32, Terry Howe. They just seem to give up and both riding the grass around the outside of the circuit. Over half a lap distance between the first man and the third man, and Mark Swaffer getting a consistent third place, and Alan Dan finishing there in fourth, or rather one lap to go to finish in fourth place. Keith Richards coming around the last turn for the last time, and Terry Howe seems to have given up all hope. And that was just one hell of a misfire for Keith Richards, who just won that race in a cloud of smoke. Second place going to Terry Howe. These bikes quite a handful to ride in this wet stuff, being very light and very peaky in power. Third place goes to Mark Swaffer, fourth place Alan Dan. 250s again coming to the line, and a non-starter this time, number 15 Jay Wicks. Got plenty of talent there. Another non-starter, 174 Robin Pilcher. Previous race winner 229 Richie Knight goes in this one, and another previous race winner 44 Dean Camier go in this one, and Richie Knight gets the best of the start. Dean Camier pulling his way up to second place into that turn. John Dormer in third, going around the outside. Stephen Hines pops up into second place as they come out of that turn. Brilliant first corner there from Stephen Hines. Stephen Hines in second place, then Dean Camier in third, then John Dormer in fourth, then Alan Carman in fifth. Then looks like we've lost a rider on the far side. Richie Knight has a look over his shoulder to see where number 23 Stephen Hines is, and he's not too far away, not at a safe distance. Dean Camier there struggling to come on through the field. John Dormer struggling even harder in fourth place. Then Alan Carman bringing up the rear. Well, that little bit of rain certainly made these conditions very tricky. John Dormer then coming through past Dean Camier, who appears to have broken down. Bad luck there for Dean Camier, right? Out for his first national win of the afternoon. 23 then. Stephen Hines takes up the running with Richie Knight. Going backwards down the field. Cuts up the inside of John Dormer to take second place again. John Dormer holding on to third, Alan Carman holding on to fourth. Dean Camier gets his machine going again, so points will make prizes and should be in the final here this afternoon. Last lap play goes then. 23, Stephen Hines in the lead from 229, Richie Knight in second place, then John Dormer in third. Dean Camier in fifth place after his second retirement. That's very bad luck for Dean Camier. He certainly is one of the quicker men on the circuit this afternoon. Let's hope the sun shines better on him in the final. Here comes the checkered flag then, and that's a win for number 23, Stephen Hines from 229, and Richie Knight in second place. John Dormer limps home for third. As brightly coloured overalls covered in mud. Alan Carman gets fourth, Dean Camier. Rather unpleasant fifth. From the top, before the right-hand sidecars, 23, 229, 76, 131 and 44, 1 minute 58.65. So, right-hand sidecars go in this one, but we have no number 13, John Horsley. His place supposedly taken by 124, George Penfold, who I believe can't start his machine. 39, Shane Baker is out. Him and Clinton Martin not taking part this afternoon. Their place being taken by number 2, Neville Penfold and Tony Miles. So away we go. So round they come very fast round that turn, and Rob Wilson and Dave Steele and hard in combat, Neville Penfold then and Pete Colvin. So that's very, very fast indeed. And it looks like Rob Wilson and Vince Jones there powering on in front. Around that turn very fast indeed again. The experienced riders showing better form on this track this afternoon. Then Dave Steele and Alan Cave. Then Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby. Then Neville Penfold and Tony Miles. Not sure who the next crew were then, but then it's Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Not 100% certain who's bringing up the rear, but look at the battle on this second place as they come round this turn very quick indeed. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones slide very wide but very fast. Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby have gone up the inside and taken the lead. Then Dave Steele and Alan Cave, then Neville Penfold and Tony Miles, then John Hiscock and Shane Lapham, then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Another streak of light in there. Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris bringing up the rear. So the experience really showing of Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, and Pete Colvin coming up the inside there, very tight on the line, but Rob Wilson and Vince Jones got it. Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby second, Dave Steele and Alan Cave third, very, very close there for fourth place, or should I say fourth and fifth place. Then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby bringing up the rear, finding out what mud's all about. And Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris bringing up the rear. And away we go then. Race number 18, the 500cc solo boys do battle again, and Duncan Tolhurst and Tritton and Darren Sutton all very tight into that first turn. Somebody else has scorched out the centre of the pack and gone flying into the lead, but I'm not too sure at this stage who that was. Darren Sutton comes up on the line, then takes the lead, but Darren Sutton now in the lead. Not too sure, covered all those leathers up with those white overalls, and I can't see who it is in second place. Third place is definitely number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. So it's number 10, Darren Sutton. From 3, Tritton, and the unknown man was 214, John Wilson. Then 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Then Paul Mitchell. Then Dean Norton. Stuart Dempsey put his machine on. Bad luck there for Stuart Dempsey. So the battle continues. Look at those three coming round that turn very fast indeed. Number 3, Tritton then getting the better of it. Then 214, John Wilson. Then 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Then 10, Darren Sutton. Then number 29, Paul Mitchell, and 971, Dean Norton. Solo rider. Coming very fast around that turn, a nice tight line. Number 3, Tritton, line right now wide. 214, John Wilson. Then 74, Duncan Tolhurst in third. Then Darren Sutton now in fourth place. Very tricky to pick a line around this turn. Riders doing Dean Norton. Oh, there you go, there's a brave man. So round the turn they come and the yellow flags are out. Checkered flag goes for number 3, Chris Tritton. From 214, John Wilson. From 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Then number 10, Darren Sutton. 22, Ian Armini and Rowen. 25, Pete Watkins and Lee Packham. 32, Kevin Simmons and Peter Lane. 38, Steve Bassett. And I've forgotten. 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. 88, Bob Baxter and another. And of course, riding with Steve Bassett is Kev Bovis. How could one forget Kev Bovis? So those right-hand sidecars go to the line to do battle in race number 19. Well, if we've got a quick few moments, Alan Harmer, number 121 in the pits. Alan Harmer, number 121, solo, 500 in the pits. Wishes to sell a Godden Max engine with box and carburetor, etc. Godden Max engine with box, carburetor, etc. Must be a gearbox, or is that a magic box? Your guess is as good as mine. £500. Alan Harmer, number 121 in the pits. A Godden Max engine with box, carb, etc. Must be the magic box. £500 only. See Alan Harmer in the pits this afternoon. Number 121. Race number 19 on the line then. Tim Bennett, Ian Aaron, Pete Watkins, Kevin Simmons, Jerry Adams, Steve Bassett, Mick Cameron, Bob Baxter. That's the lineup of drivers in race number 19. Down the first straight they go, and Tim Bennett certainly got the best of that start. He's on his way through the first turn. Mick Cameron and Paul Randall though battle around the outside and make a faster entrance to that turn. Showing their experience in these wet and slippery conditions, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. From 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. Then Tim Bennett and Adam Coper-Smith catching an eyeful of that mud. Then Ian Aram and Ian Rowen in fourth rather. Moving up to third past Tim Bennett. Tim Bennett appears to have stopped on the outside of that turn. So Tim Bennett and Adam Coper-Smith in problems. Pete Watkins and Lee Packham there round at the back of the pack. So 151 then, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall flat out on the Godden. Those Godden V-twins certainly finding more grip than the Maltese this afternoon. Then 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. Then Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. And that's the way they go in race number 19. The machine spinning this afternoon, not fine in the grid. We had 2 heat wave summers when the Maltese went very well, but the Godden V-twin fights back this afternoon. 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall on a V-twin. From Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock on another V-twin. Then 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen with another V-twin. And yet another V-twin. I think that's Kevin Simmons. So the checkered flag goes once again. The second win of the afternoon for 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. Second place going to Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. Third place going to number 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. Then 32, Kevin Simmons and Peter Lane. The official result of race number 19, a win for number 151, Mick Cameron. and Paul Randall. In second place, 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. In third place, 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. In fourth place, number 32, Kevin Simmons and Peter Lane. In fifth place, number 38, Steve Bassett and Kev Bovis. No other finishers. The winner's time 1 minute 45.88 from the top. 151, 55, 22, 32, 38. 1 minute 45.88. Back to the solos. We're in that starting marshal out, going from one side to the other. 175, Keith Potts leads. 25, Jonathan Duke there in second place, and then the smoking Alan Farmer in third. So you may remember that Alan Farmer had a bit of a breakdown, and Jonathan Duke had a breakdown and a non-appearance. So 350 class being thrown wide open this afternoon. A consistent riding is what it's all about. 25 then, Jonathan Duke, keeping the rest at bay. 175, Keith Potts there in second. 68, Alan Farmer goes from third up to second place as Keith Potts tears off his goggles and loses 2 places in the process. Nigel Jacobson up to third. He had a win there earlier on. All action doesn't come out from third side. Just need a scraper to get the mud off the top and we'll be in for some real action. 25, Jonathan Duke. 68, Alan Farmer. Martin Jacobs and Keith Potts fight it out side by side. Then Lee Potter. Then Steve King. Then 139, Dave Mears. Round they come then the last lap flag. It's 25, Jonathan Duke. From 68, Alan Farmer. From Martin Jacobs. From Keith Potts. From Steve King. From David Mears. Keith Potter. So the last turn for the last time, the checkered flag goes. A win for number 25, Jonathan Duke. From 68, Alan Farmer. Ignore 336, Bill Buckley into lap in arrears. Then it's 114, Martin Jacobs. Then 175, Keith Potts. 66, Steve King. 139, David Mears. 118, Lee Potter. And away they go down the first straight, and the first man off the line this time, 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spaulding, followed by 41, John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler, making another fast start. Then Dave Penfold and Keith Miles in third spot. Then Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer in fourth, but Ernie Penfold already pulling away from the rest of the field. Track now drying out very fast indeed. You can see it's not throwing as much mud out of the back as they were. They're really coming round the wrong four, so it's 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spaulding. Clear of 41, John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler, holding a very good second at the moment. From Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer, then 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. 151, Brian Hilton and Rowen. 174, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree. We've got Dave Penfold. Yes, Dave Penfold on the centre green there with trouble. Desperate bad luck for young Dave. Going so well in his earlier rides. Ernie Penfold and Justin Spaulding then on the Golden V twin. Clear of 41. Pulling wheelers as they go over the finish line there. John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler. Then Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer. One long off. Well ahead of the rest of the field. On the Golden V twin, 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spaulding start their last lap, well clear of the rest of the field. John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler holding a very good second at the moment. Ernie Penfold, Carly Bell holding a nice third. We've lost Tony Penfold and Dave Sawyer down there on the start. So 151, Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen gain another place, as do 174, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree. There goes the checkered flag, a win for 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spaulding. Second place, a well-deserved second spot to number 41, John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler. 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell take third spot. Hilton, Ernie and Rowen take fourth. Fifth spot going to 174, Duncan Fish and Cree. Dave Penfold and Keith Miles pushing home for point. John O'Donnell and Andrew Butler in third place, 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. In fourth place, 151, Graham Hilton and Ian Rowen. In fifth place, 174, Duncan Fish and Emma Cree. And in sixth place, pushing home, 123, Dave Penfold and Keith Miles. The winner's time, 1 minute 55.13. From the top, 125, 41, 23, 151, 174, 123. Winner's time, 1 minute 55.13. And away goes race number 22. Start there in 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele get to the first turn first. As I said earlier, been putting in some consistent rides in recent weeks, really on form. John Arnott and Russell Steele. John carry more now, comes up in the second place, goes for the inside, take him on the inside. John Fish it is that leads. John Arnott relegated to second position at the moment, fighting with that throttle to get back on terms. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. 251. John Arnott and Russell Steele, 24. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Ray Tullett and Tony Doyle following them and then bringing up the rear. Well, very, very furious on that front line, but it's still number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, the 1988 British champions. Leading the pack, 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele putting in a very consistent second place at the moment then. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers, then Brown and Chris Berry. And we seem to have lost Ray Tullett and Tony Doyle down there on the start. One of those days when it all seems to happen. The last lap flag goes, 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Take that last lap flag. 1 lap from victory with Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers now in second place, and John Arnott and Russell Steele broke down on that pit stern. 38, Richard Brown. And Chris Berwick now holding third place. John Arnott's decided to try and push home, but with all that mud to push as well, it does make the going very, very heavy. Coming up then to take the checkered flag, it's 173, John Fish and Gary Moore from number 24. Tommy Penfold and Liam Chivers. Richard Brown and Chris Berwick get in third spot. John Arnott and Russell Steele fighting with the machine. Will they or won't they push it home? Winner's time, 1 minute 58.83, 250cc solos away again, and it's 229 Richie Knight that leads the pack. 44 Dean Camier there in second place. John Dormer I can see there in fourth. Who quite that was in third? Stephen Hines there in third. So as they chase after Richie Knight, Dean Camier goes back down to third place to hand Stephen Hines. Stephen Hines, a very consistent rider in the 250cc class, coming down from the eastern centre. I believe he actually lives in Suffolk. 229, Richie Knight then leads the field. Dean Camier goes for the inside line on Stephen Hines, but doesn't quite get there, so it's still Richie Knight, Stephen Hines, Dean Camier, John Dormer. John Dormer's certainly not liking these weather conditions. Round the third they come then, very fast indeed, winding their machines up. 229 Richie Knight on the Suzuki, heads Stephen Hines on the Yamaha, and Dean Camier, and John Dormer. And another earlier race winner, number 143, Keith Richards. And 1.57 Mark Swapper, bringing up the rear. So Richie Knight getting all excited now as he takes the last lap flag and pulling a bigger distance ahead of Stephen Hines in second place. And Dean Camier in third place. Then John Dormer in fourth place. Mark Swapper in sixth, but Richie Knight starts to mix it with the tail enders. Checkered flag goes. A win for 229, Richie Knight. From 23, Stephen Hines. Then 44, Dean Camier. Then 76, John Dormer. Then 143, Keith Richards. Then 157, if he comes round again, Mark Swaffer. Could stand corrected, but number 13 certainly, John Halsey, the driver. The 250 solos again, only a three-man race this time. At 32, Terry House scorches off to the lead. 131, Alan Carman in second place, and 20, Alan Dan there in third. So, look at those first two going around there side by side. Alan Carman takes the lead. Bit of death-defying stuff there to take the lead in this one. Obviously desperate for a win here this afternoon. These are only the heats, it's the final that counts. Alan Carman though, on his way surely to that final. Alan Carman, then Terry Howe and Alan Dan. We see now that the track's certainly drying out, especially on the inner line, so that's the side line could be the one to stay. Flat out around the turn then. And along the straight, at half distance, we have 131, Alan Carman. From 32, Terry Howe. And then number 20, Alan Dan. This time we have the last lap flag. Very fast and very slippery and slidey all over the place, but still in control. 131, Alan Carman takes the last lap flag from 32. Terry Howe having a cruise round in an easy second spot. Alan Dan consistently scoring the points this afternoon. Number 20 in third spot. So as I look to my left, I can see coming around that turn, fast and furious once again. Arms and legs everywhere. 131. Alan Harmon win. From 32, Terry Howe in second place. And Alan Carman, then Terry Howe. And half a lap in arrears at the moment. Number 20, Alan Dan. So the outfits come to line to do battle again. Race 25 in your programme. Only 3 outfits remaining and away they go.
Come on,
Bill Penfold and Nigel Short go straight into the lead with 126. Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards in second. Then Terry and Luke Pachol in third. Number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Short in. Commanding the lead in this one. From 126, Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards in second, then Terry and Luke Pachol. Very fast in third place. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then from Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards. Terry and Luke Pachol. Penfold and Nigel Shaw stamping a bit of authority in this one. Had a bit of a bad ride in their last leg and certainly aim to do better in this one. Consistent point scoring is what it's all about, and with 2 rounds and some 6 qualifying probably the final points as well as the last leg. I think you must be consistent all the way through. Last lap flag goes for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Then Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards in second, and Terry and Luke Pachol, the defending champions, in third place at the moment. Half a lap later, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw on their way to victory. Track certainly drying out, and you can see that inside line starting to pay off. A win for Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw from Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards in second place. Then 188, Terry and Luke Pachol taking third. Our starting marshal moves from one side of the course to the other. Riding in this one, number 12, Tim Bennett, Adam Cooper-Smith, 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave, 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen, 25, Peter Watkins and Lee Packham, 32, Kevin Simmons and Peter Lane, 38, Steve Bassett and Kev Bovis. Not number 39. Well, something tells me that Pete Watkins might not be out in this race. Don't know quite what it is, but as he's standing there looking at me eating burgers, I don't think he's going to be competing in this one. So a slightly lesser lineup in race number 26. Not lesser in talent, only lesser in number. Away they go, but seem to be an unsatisfactory start, and the red flags are up already. And then it won't be any too pleased with that. So those riders to make their way back to the start line. So away they go again then on the restart of race number 26. It does look like John Hiscock and Shane Lapham that have got there first from the southern centre. 184, John Hiscock it is that leads from 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave, then Neville Penfold and Tony Miles. In fourth place, Steve Bassett and Kev Bovis. Well, Dave Steele and Alan Cave coming up very close onto the back wheel of number 184. John Hiscock and Shane Lapham trying to come up the inside now. It's all systems go. And Dave Steele takes the lead on that turn from John Hiscock and Shane Lapham, from Neville Penfold and Tony Miles, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen, Steve Bassett and Kev Bovis, Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. Well, the last lap flag is out. Dave Steele and Alan Cave have got it all their own way at the moment from 184. John Hiscock and Shane Lapham from number 2, Neville Penfold and Tony Miles. 22, Ian Aram and Ian Rowen. Number 12, Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith. Checkered flag out then. Ready. 4, number 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave. Then 184, John Hiscock and Shane Lapham take second place. Neville Penfold and Tony Miles a creditable third. Ian Aram and Ian Rowen in fourth. Tim Bennett and Adam Cooper-Smith in fifth spot. 500cc solos and I believe non-starter number 86, Paul Hurry. Haven't seen him this afternoon so far, so I believe he's a non-starter. We do have a lot of starters in it though, and 215, Steve Wilson the fastest of them at the moment, but Alan Farmer goes up the inside very, very fast on that corner. You can see now the track's certainly drying out. Alan Farmer gets the pedal with that turn. 215, Steve Wilson in second place. Then Alan Farmer, no mud on his front number plate, he must have been in front all afternoon. Then 215, Steve Wilson, then 04, Ricky Sandford, then 154, Adrian Mower, then number 1, Malcolm Smith. Bring up the rear of the Start to trail that left leg. He's really going for gold this afternoon. He's got the bit between his teeth. In second place, 215, Steve Wilson. 04, Ricky Sandford. 154, Adrian Mower. Number 1, Malcolm Smith. John Cook bringing up the rear. Number 14, John Cook bringing up the rear. Sorry, not bringing up the rear, next to the rear. Last lap flag goes in a 68, Alan Farmer on the inside, 215, Steve Wilson, as it dries out, going faster and faster, tries to go around the outside of Alan Farmer, but those two are fighting it out to the finish. On the last turn, for the last time, looking to my left, 68, Alan Farmer is the wins. 215, Steve Wilson there in second place. Somebody got trouble starting. I'm afraid the old eyeballs don't quite tell me who it is from this distance. Pachol winning the last man to come to the line. It's all these overalls, they keep confusing me. And away they go then, an even start. Down the first straight they go, and it looks like Rob Wilson is in the lead at the moment. Tom McCameron and Paul Randall in second place. Oh, Tritton out of the turn, 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones from 151. Mick Cameron and Paul Randall, then Sean Pittock. And, sorry, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. I keep putting them drivers and passengers around the wrong way. Look at Mick Cameron go past Rob Wilson there like he was standing still. Really fast out of that pit turn indeed, Mick Cameron. Certainly stamping his authority in this weather meeting. Experience really beginning to count. So 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, then 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock, then 99, Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby, then 37, Matthew Lewin and Doug Norris, then 82, Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Back to the leader then, 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall start their last lap, well clear of 24, Rob Wilson, then Vince Jones, then Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock, then Peter Colvin, and Paul Baseby, then Matthew Lewin, and Doug Norris. A retirement to the centre green by Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. So around that last turn for the last time, the checkered flag goes, a win for number 151, Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. In second place, 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In third place, Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby, and relegated to fourth position there. So they leave the line here in race number 29, 4 riders only, and it's Duncan Tolhurst and Alan Farmer to go down to that first turn first. Alan Farmer gets that just slight advantage into that turn. Duncan Tolhurst now holding second place. Looks like Ricky Sandford on the outside in third. So Alan Farmer loses his left leg but squirts the throttle on. Holds first place from 74, Duncan Tolhurst in second. Then it's 214, John Wilson. Then it's 04, Ricky Sandford. So Alan Farmer pulls away from the rest of the field. The other three get stuck into it. 68, Alan Farmer. 74, Duncan Tolhurst. 04, Ricky Sandford. And 214, John Wilson. That's the way they come round that turn. 68, 04, 78 and 214. So Ricky Sandford takes that second place from Duncan Tolhurst. Then Alan Farmer, nice tight line, takes the last lap flag from 04, Ricky Sandford there in second place, then 74, Duncan Tolhurst in third, then 214, John Wilson in fourth. Rather like speedway here this afternoon with only 4 runners in this race. Round they come then. 68, Alan Farmer wins from 04, Ricky Sandford in second place. Then 78, Duncan Tolhurst in third. John Wilson, number 214. So the last qualifying race of the afternoon, race number 30, 500cc solos goes underway. See that bright green helmet of number 10, Darren Sutton there in the front line, but it's number 215, Steve Wilson that leads from Darren Sutton in second place. In the final races of the afternoon. Flat out around that turn, and here they come. 215, Steve Wilson. From number 10, Darren Sutton. From number 3, Chris Tritton. Number 12, Stuart Dempsey goes to the centre green, and number 1, Malcolm Smith brings up the rear. Steve Wilson got the bit between his teeth in this one, and half distance ahead of number 3, Chris Tritton in second spot, then number 10, Darren Sutton in third. Number 1, Malcolm Smith there in fourth place. Well, it's been from afternoon here, and all thanks to a big downpour of rain. Totally on control. There goes the last lap flag. It's 215, Steve Wilson. From number 3, Chris Tritton. Number 10, Darren Sutton. And number 1, Malcolm Smith. So the last turn for the last time before the final. Getting a bit of a wobbler on, and it looks like the bike has stopped, or is it? Steve Wilson in trouble. Steve Wilson stops. Number 3, Chris Tritton wins. Darren Sutton gets second place. Steaming there a minute. It's a long, hard push home for number 215, Steve Wilson. Round comes number 1, Malcolm Smith. Mr. Wilson, don't push that motorbike, he's got to do it on his own. Put a few words into him if you like, help him on his way. This one, 125, 173, 126, 2, 251, 24 and 188. To do battle in this afternoon's left-hand sidecar final. Still some problems on the line for one or two of them, but they're all there. They're coming now under starters' orders, and they're away. A nice even break as they go down to the first turn, and Ernie Penfold's out with trouble already. Bill Penfold then, the man who couldn't start his machine, certainly got the start in the race, and heads on in the lead. Ernie Penfold out with problems on the start line. We're told this is a 6-lap final, but we thought the last one was. But anyway, round they come. It's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, from John Fish and Gary Moore, from John Arnott and Russell Steele, then Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards, then the reigning British champions, 188, Luke Pachol and Terry Cherry. John Arnott, unfortunately, again leaves the course and goes to the centre green with problems. It's unlike John Arnott, he's had a good season this season, but Gremlin struck today. Number 2 then, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw on their way to victory. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore in second place. Then Martin Cuff and Richard Edwards. Then Terry and Luke Pachol in front of Butler. Another man come up alongside, but can't quite see who it was from here. So round that turn they come. It's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. They've got the last lap flag out already. So that's number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, then 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. So round the pit stand they come, the checkered flag is out, that was the last turn for the last time, and it's a good win there for number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place, 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, then 126, Martin Cup and Richard Edwards, then 24, Tommy Penfold, Liam Chivers, 188, Terry and Luke Pachol, 125, Ernie Penfold and Justin Spalding. All those riders have come back to the line. Race number 33 then under starters' orders, and are away. A fair start, they're off down to the first turn. 175, Keith Potts leads from 114, Martin Jacobs, then 25, Jonathan Duke. And Alan Farmer certainly didn't get the best of starts in that one, he's well down the field at the moment. So it's 175, Keith Potts, 114, Martin Jacobs, then 25, Jonathan Duke. And Jonathan Duke seems to be gaining a lot of ground on an inside line round that turn. So as they come out of the turn, it's 175, Keith Potts from 114. Martin Jacobs, then 25, 118 and 68. Alan Farmer already up in the top 5. Well underway. Pulled a very tight line there, Martin Jacobs tries the faster line round the outside. What's going to happen here? It's still 175 from 114, then 68, then 118. We've lost Jonathan Duke. 139 David Mears is there, 66 Steve King, and then Jonathan Duke pulls in towards the rear of the field. Still rushing going up, bringing up the rear at the moment. I know that's to the rear, they're very spread out in the field. As they come round there now very fast indeed. Martin Jacobs goes round the outside of the tail enders. And Alan Farmer comes up alongside of him as they start their last lap. Alan Farmer goes into the lead from 114 Martin Jacobs, then 175 Keith Potts. Alan Farmer with the 500, it could be in double day. Alan Farmer round that turn for the last time, over slides, nearly drops it. Martin Jacobs makes a big run round the outside, but who's going to get there? 68 Alan Farmer that wins, 114 Martin Jacobs in second, 175 Keith Potts in third. That's the finishing order in the 350cc final. So as those riders settle down on the start line, they're under starters' orders. They're off, and away they go up that first straight. Very fast start by number 17, David Steele and Alan Cave, and I'm not sure if we've got Rob Wilson and Vince Jones going round the outside in front there. So it's Rob Wilson and Vince Jones from Dave Steer and Alan Cave, Nick Cameron and Paul Randall, John Hiscock and Shane Lapham. John Hiscock goes past Nick Cameron, pushing him down to 4th place. And to be honest, I had him as favourite for this one. The top point scorer over the 3 legs, but the track has dried out, starts to favour some of the other riders. Rob Wilson starts to take a bit of a shortcut round that turn. With Dave Steer in second place, then John Hiscock, then Mick Cameron, then Pete Colvin, and Jerry Adams. Neville Penfold there bringing up the rear. He's going to give it up the ghost in this one. number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Head of 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave, and 184, John Hiscock, Shane Lapham, 151, Mick Cameron, Paul Randall, 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock, and then Pete Colvin, Paul Baseby, and Neville Penfold, and Tony Miles, bringing up the rear. So the checkered flag goes, and it's the big win goes to 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. From number 17, Dave Steele and Alan Cave, then John Hiscock and Shane Lapham, then Mick Cameron and Paul Randall. The GTSA National Invitation Grasstrack comes to a close at the end of this race. And away they go, down that first straight. Very fast early starters, a 74 Duncan Tolhurst and 215 Steve Wilson. Didn't see Alan Farmer, but he's there and he's up to second place already and chasing hard after Steve Wilson. The winner of the 350 and the 500 CZ class. Alan Farmer pulls a very tight line round that turn, winds the motor up. In second place at the moment it's 74 Duncan Tolhurst, then 215 Steve Wilson, number 3 Chris Tritton, number 10 Darren Sutton, and 04 Ricky Sandford, then 214 John Wilson. And it's a flight Adrian Mower there. Well, flat out and really going for it. 68 Alan Farmer at half distance, well clear of the rest of the field. Duncan Tolhurst holding a good second, Steve Wilson in a good third, then Chris Tritton, then Ricky Sandford, then Darren Sutton and John Wilson side by side, and Adrian Mower still really up the lead there at the moment. 68 Alan Farmer, Chris a little bit wider, Duncan Tolhurst and Steve Wilson locked in battle there for second place. Then Chris Tritton and John Wilson, Darren Sutton and Ricky Sandford having a right sort out for the minor placings. And then Adrian Mower. Over the last turn, for the last time, Alan Farmer's double is very near fruition. As they come up now to take that checkered flag, it's 68. Alan Farmer gets the double. Duncan Tolhurst gets second. Steve Wilson there in third, then Chris Tritton, then John Wilson, then Darren Sutton. A little way back now, Ricky Sandford and Adrian Mower. Well, that concludes the race in this afternoon, gentlemen. I'll give you the official result of that in a moment. Please, if you could